Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy my videos. Let's get into this video. So, like I said in my past videos, I've been trying to search around and find some A24 movies that I really enjoy. So far, I've watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've watched Midsommar. I even watched The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and now The Lighthouse. I'm really enjoying these A24 films. They're perfect for my age group. If you're 20 years old and you're looking for a good movie, but you can't really seem to find that genre, I think A24 would totally satisfy something that you're looking for. So, what is The Lighthouse? What's it about? I'm going to talk about plot. I'm going to talk about my reaction, and I'm also going to talk about how I feel when I watch The Lighthouse. So, The Lighthouse has two main actors, Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, two of my favorite actors of all time, and they're thrust on this island. Robert works for Willem Dafoe, and Robert is tired of working for Willem. He thinks he's a slave. These two characters have like a love-hate relationship. They really don't like each other, but they have to live together. Robert Pattinson used to be a tree lumberman. He used to cut down trees. He moved across the state to become this guy's apprentice. Willem Dafoe is an old drunkard. He left his family to work on this island, and he spent mostly his whole life working on this island. His favorite thing is to tend to the lighthouse. He believes the White House is his metaphorical wife because he can't go back to his family. He had a wife and kids, but he decided to leave them and take care of this lighthouse that he now sees as his new wife. So kind of a little bit strange and a little bit weird, but it works. Also, with that being said, there's these constant visions that is seen throughout the film. Robert Pattinson, as he works on these films, he is constantly disturbed by images or disturbed by stuff that he's seen on the island. There's one part in the movie where he goes out and he tries to save someone from sorry, I'm trying to charge my phone, but it's not wanting to work. So he's trying to save this guy that he sees drowning in the film. And so this causes like a paralysis of him. Another time he sees himself fighting Willem Dafoe, but he's like this scaly kind of creature. So yeah, a lot of really weird shit goes on. Robert bitches about his cooking. They get drunk one night and they have a fight. And Willem kind of tells Robert more about his past and stuff. But Robert's obsession on the island is to try to find out what's in the lighthouse. He wants to know why Willem is over there. He wants to know why he's always over there looking at everything and just trying to figure out what Willem's obsession is with the lighthouse. There's also one scene where Robert is carrying a barrel of rocks and he runs into a seabird. Well, the seabird will not move out of his way, so he throws a rock at it. Well, during dinner, Willem tells him that it's bad luck to kill a seabird, and Robert's like, I don't believe in that shit. So he gets off on him. Another time, while he's in this cellar, he finds out that there's a bird who's bothering him. Well, he decides to snap the bird's neck and throw him up against the baseboard. Now, the darkest part of this film comes toward the end. So it turned out that Willem's last apprentice left and he never came back. Well, as it turns out, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, I would highly suggest you go watch it and then come back to this part of the video. But this is the spoiler part of the video, just going to let you guys know. So, it turns out Willem killed his own family and put them in this sewage pit. And Robert's greatest fear is that Willem is going to kill him. So, toward the end of the movie, they have this revenge plot. The thing was, Robert was going to kill Willem, take his keys, and go to the lighthouse. Well, this kind of works out, but kind of doesn't. So what happens is Willem is asleep. Robert tries to steal his keys. The first attempt is not that great, and it leaves him, a little defenseless. The next time, after a flood ruins everything in their house, he realizes that Willem has been writing false reports of Robert, telling everybody that he is a lazy worker. He's not doing shit right. He's always fucking up everything. And so Robert, he totally goes off on him. He's like, I've had enough. I'm getting off this island. And Willem's like, no, you're not going to get off this island. And then that's when he figures out that he buried his family in the sewage pit. So, if we can't make matters any worse, Robert Pattinson takes Willem Dafoe, ties him up, pretends like he's a dog, buries this guy alive, takes his keys, goes up to the lighthouse, and while he's looking at the lighthouse, he is almost burned alive. But then Willem comes out of the basically comes out of the grave with a coffee pot ready to smack the shit out of Robert, and he throws the coffee pot down. Well, Willem picks up an axe, axes Robert in the arm, and then decides that, hey, if that's not good enough, Robert, I'm going to turn around and kill Willem. So Robert takes the axe, plunges it into Willem's chest, and he dies. Well, after being burned by the light and the brilliance of the lighthouse, Willem falls down the stairs of the lighthouse and is lying there naked while the birds pick his dead body. So yeah, not a very good ending. Most A24 movies don't end on a very high note. They usually end on very dark notes. So, with that being said, what are my thoughts on The Lighthouse? I would say this just goes to show what can happen when you're dealing with a mental illness. It also shows how powerful alcoholism can be and what it can do to you. It also shows that sometimes people aren't to be trusted. You may not know that much about a person, but when you get to know them, darker secrets can be revealed and they can be deadly. Not always, but in this film, they really are. It's a visually stunning film. Throughout the movie, this is not a color movie, so if you don't like watching black and white movies, you probably aren't going to like this one. But I really liked it. I like the kind of like old nostalgic feel of the film because it does take place in the 1800s, and it was a really good movie. I would give The Lighthouse a 9 out of 10. I usually don't rate movies that high unless they're like really high on the bar, but for me, The Lighthouse was visually stunning. It was a great tale, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Willem Dafoe, his character is so far-fetched than you could ever believe. He's this older, crankier, just all-out mad kind of guy. I would say that if you want to think about Willem Dafoe in this movie, go back to that movie, if I can remember it. Damn, it just slipped my mind. Gran Torino. Think of Willem Dafoe as Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. He doesn't take anybody's shit. He's tired. He's left his family, and he wants to die alone on this island. Robert is this more curious kind of character. He's a drunkard. He's an alcoholic. And he's not per se lazy, but he won't take anybody's crap. That's kind of what I saw in Robert Pattinson in this film. So basically, this movie in a nutshell is about two people that hate each other, that are working on an island, and they get so fed up with both of them, that they just flat out want to kill each other. And they actually do end up killing each other. So, with that being said, I think you're going to like The Lighthouse. If you're kind of into that, manhood, brotherly kind of film, then this is definitely going to be one for you. If you're triggered by like very violent scenes and stuff, I wouldn't watch this. But for about 2 hours, the movie's not that long. I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes. It wasn't that long, but I had a lot of fun watching it. So that's all the time I have for today. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen The Lighthouse and what your thoughts are on it. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.